All right, the first clip we're going to look at is the very first play of the game, a very creative play call from JB Bickerstaff. We start with the DHO between Tobias and Cade. From here, THJ is going to set a back screen for Tobias. Now, Tobias is going to end up down here in the paint. When we see this play again someday, I would not be surprised if Tobias is hit wide open underneath the rim here. Um, Tyrese Halliburton sees this coming, which is the whole point of the play, is kind of for Tobias to be a decoy here. Because after that screen, Tyrese trying to help with Tobias here now has to play catch up on THJ, and Duran is going to set this screen on Tyrese. THJ comes around, drills the wide open three to start off the NBA season. That is a very, very fun play call by JB Bickerstaff. I'm going to point out Malik Beasley a lot here. I really, really appreciate Malik Beasley's spacing awareness. He knows his role. He knows what he was paid to come in here and do, and that's to shoot threes. So, as the first person down the court on the right side, he's going to fill in the corner, which is perfect because that makes Obi Toppin make a decision. You have to stay with Malik Beasley or you have to pick up Tobias. That's exactly what you want on the fast break. So this is Beasley knowing his role. And then Tobias, also just a smart veteran player. He knows he has a trailing Duran that is a weapon in the fast break. And we also have JI being that first one on the left side. Let's see how this plays out. So Beasley being very smart, running to the corner, spacing the floor. Perfect. Made Obi Toppin make a decision to pick up Tobias. TJ McConnell does a good job picking up Beasley, but you can see that Beasley would have been open if TJ is not hustling to get back on defense. I would have liked to see Jaden Ivey fill in the corner here instead of getting closer to Miles Turner. I would rather him get further away, make himself available in the corner. But this could have been a lob opportunity, so I don't blame him for seeing that idea. But this is just smart of Tobias. You have a trailing Jalen Duran. Very, very few people in the NBA are going to be able to get in his way on a fast break and stop a dunk like this. So big shout out to Tobias, knowing who's behind him. Big shout out to Beasley. Fill in the corner and help your teammates space the floor. My biggest concern last night with an individual player is just going to be Isaiah Stewart offensively. He seemed a little bit lost, didn't know where to go, and he ends up playing as an inside center this game, which I do not think is good for the overall success of the Detroit Pistons. So, this side of the ball, though, this is where Isaiah Stewart is going to make his money. Undersized big, no problem, gets up there, goes directly straight up at the rim, puts his hand right in front of the rim to block this shot, block this dunk attempt. Great defense by Stu. Unfortunately, it goes from great Stu to bad Stu when we get in the offensive side. First off, again, big kudos to Malik Beasley. He gets the rebound. He says, "Where's Cade? Just get it to Cade. I'm an off ball player." He notices Tobias is over here already filling in on that left side. So he's going to line up on the wing. I really like what Malik does is that he finds a spot on the 3-point line where he can find himself open and available to his teammates. Stu, on the other hand, is going to run directly underneath the rim. So Cade hits a trailing THJ. THJ in transition from the wing. He will shoot that no problem. So I like the look here. Now, is Stu open here? Maybe. Maybe THJ is seeing that. I'm seeing Beasley personally. Um, if I'm THJ and my potential assist is a Stu layup underneath or a Beasley three, I'm kicking it out for a Beasley three. Now, good recovery by Indiana, good attack by Malik Beasley. Now look at this. We got four guys inside the arc. that need to clear out if Beasley's trying to get into the lane. Let's see who clears out and who doesn't. Guys, I'm just not a fan of this. So Tobias, he was in the paint. He knows he's not available. He clears out to the corner. Cade clears out. THJ clears out. Isaiah Stewart, since the fast break that happened a couple seconds ago, he has stood in this one spot the whole time. To me, Isaiah Stewart is an extra defender for the Indiana Pacers if he is going to play this way. I do not think that he should be an inside center, and I think he needs to spread the floor, get out of the paint, and make himself available from the three-point line. Similar to before, I gave Beasley some shout outs for his spacing awareness. He knows his role. He knows he's a good three-point shooter. He is the first player on the left side on this fast break. He needs to fill in the corner. Stu, first player on the right side. Fill in the corner. Let's see what happens. JI brings it up. Beasley fills in the corner. Perfect. Space the floor. What does Stu do? He goes to get directly into the paint for a post up opportunity. Sure, you got a smaller player on you. I do not want Stu looking for opportunities as a post up player. He should be right here in this corner because he's not. Simone, being the smart veteran floor spacer that he is, he fills in the corner instead. Now, JI one on one with Obi Toppin. Everybody else on this floor should recognize what's happening here and just clear out so Ivy can just attack, blow by Obi, and get a bucket at the rim. He ends up doing it anyway, but Stu is in the paint the whole time. Stu even looks a little frustrated afterwards that he did not get the ball, but if Stu wants the ball, his teammates are not looking for him in the paint, and I don't blame them. He needs to be an outside shooter at the three-point line. Ivy could have had the opportunity to kick corner to get a wide open three here. Instead, he clogged up the paint and made himself unavailable. All right, here we're getting late into the game. Cade with an ISO on Pascal Siakam, who's got what, 3 inches on him. This is just an unreal bucket by Cade. A great take. Now, I want you to look, right? All 4 Pistons players are watching Cade. They know that this is going to be an ISO. Our 3 veteran shooters that we brought in to space the floor are doing exactly that. Matherin, far away from Cade. Nemhard, far away from Cade. Tyrese, far away from Cade. But watch what Stu does. What's the plan here, Stu? How are you available? What are you doing here other than helping Miles Turner protect the rim? What I would like to see is Stu just not settle randomly somewhere inside the arc. He needs to settle at the three-point line. Tobias can move over a little bit this way. THJ can move over a little bit, and he can be in this wing corner spot right in between them and make Miles play further outside to the three-point line. If anybody comes down to double to help Pascal Siakam here, you know Cade is going to make that easy kick out to the shooter. Instead, Cade gets a tough bucket in the lane, and Stu did nothing but just stand on the block the whole time. In order for Stu to be an effective offensive player, I think he has to turn into a full-time stretch big.